To John Seekins channel, and we are on the 13th of January 2024, and we've just finished watching and listening to Leicester City lose at Coventry 3-1. To be honest, Coventry were actually the better side from the start. Excuse me, screwed my bet up. That's totally lost that one. Funnily enough, it's still got the bet on, even though it's no bets to display. Yeah, thank you. So I thought Leicester City would manage to scrape that as a win. They didn't play very well. Then when they lost, probably one of their poorest players, I didn't think it would make too much of a difference, but it obviously did, and they just gave up and ended up being pinned in their own half. So we've enjoyed that. It's been a good game. I enjoyed it. And I'll be quite honest, we've now got a good set of games to come. Let's have a look at what we have got. So we've got the Coventry 3, Leicester 1 full-time score. We've got Birmingham Swansea to come. We've got Cardiff Leeds. Really good battle here. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. The Huddersfield versus Plymouth game. We've got the Millwall Borough game, which is I'm going to go for a low score, very low scoring game, but I think it's anybody's guess really, that one, isn't it? Preston Bristol City, again, both sides can play brilliant one week and then absolutely crap the next week. So God knows which one's going to turn up. Rotherham versus Stoke is possibly a high scoring game, but I'm a Rotherham fan and I don't think it's going to go the right way. And then we've got Southampton, Sheffield Wednesday. I think Sheffield Wednesday may have a chance of getting a 2-2 draw here. I think I just fancy a 2-2 draw. I don't know why. Sure, we've got West Brom versus Blackburn, which we can listen to. We will be listening to West Brom versus Blackburn. And Ipswich versus Sunderland is 5:30 kickoff. So we will be. That's going to be an interesting game. I won't be surprised if Sunderland win that and the top two teams both lose this weekend. Imagine that, both teams losing this weekend. Southampton and Leeds would be absolutely pissing themselves. I mean, look at the Southampton would go up. Southampton would actually go into second place if they won and Ipswich lost, because they're both on the same goal difference at the minute. And Leeds would be 4 points off Ipswich, so still in fourth place. So it's Leeds are really in that gap where they could catch up and they might not. Excuse the cough, ladies and gentlemen. We are. What time are we on? We are 28 minutes away from the start. I'll go live chat. Hopefully we do get somebody. We got somebody last time, and that was quite a night. We got a Millwall fan last time. It was quite good. I enjoy it when we have a bit of a banter going through the game. And I don't expect anybody to turn up, but hey, I enjoy it, and I enjoy it even if there's only one or two people. Actually, one or two people is really good, because one or two people means that we can have a good, honest chat about the football club that we support. Just trying to look for my scarf. My scarf is nowhere. We will probably go away for a cup of coffee and come back. But I don't want that showing through there. We'll cover the door up. So, what have we got to fight for this weekend, guys? What are we fighting for? Well, we've got Birmingham, Swansea. Birmingham obviously fighting to show that they can that they're out of the Rooney doldrums. Will they? But yeah, quite likely that they will be showing that they can get out of it. They've certainly got the skills. They've been up there in the top six. Why shouldn't they sort of push back up there again? The mid-table, all the way up to fifth place, I would say, is quite it's quite level. It really is still very, very level. Even though Birmingham have lost so many games, they've not been losing a great deal of ground on the middle teams because they've been losing the odd one as well and drawing the odd one. So they've not massively got out of touch with the top. In fact, if we just go into that, the case in point would be to look at the table, and I don't know what the result is, but they're on 28 points in 20th position. 20th position, 28 points. Now, the sixth place one is on 40. Well, so Coventry in sixth, they're on 40. Sunderland in seventh are on 40. And then you've got 39, 38, 37, 36, 36, 36, 35, 32, and Swansea on 32, 32, 29, 29, 28. So you can see it's very, very level. There's only 12 points gap between Birmingham and sixth place Coventry. 4 games, 4 wins, and they're back in there. And I know people are thinking, yeah, but teams like Coventry don't. How often are they going to lose 4 games? I don't know if we've got stats. It pulls the stats away, doesn't it? So we're going to have to go for Sunderland to see the stats. So Sunderland, how often are they going to lose 4 games? Well, they've lost. We can't count Newcastle. They drew against Rotherham in the last 1, 2, 3. In the last 5 games, they've drawn against Rotherham, 2 points lost, and they've lost against Coventry and Bristol City. So they've actually, you've got nearly 3 games there that they've thrown in 5, and you think the chances of them actually continuing that is quite strong. Barring a massive influx of Premiership players in the next few weeks, they are quite likely to stay roughly at that level. A little bit better, a little bit worse, but not too much of a difference. Because it's over half the season. So, yeah, could Birmingham start catching up? I can catch up 4 games on that. If they win 5 or 6 games in a row, they're way catching up on the teams in 5th and 6th position. So they've got about as much chance of catching them up as you have of hearing me cough. I have a really bad chest at the minute. So I think they've got a damn good chance. Will it start here? I think it'll start here or next game. And I think that we'll see that there's a good chance. It's a home game. So, yeah, I think that there's a good chance there. So the teams with most to play for today, I would say Birmingham, to show that they can actually get back up there. I think if they do win, you'll start to see fans say, well, actually, we're only 9 points away from X position. And they'll start to believe quite quickly, I think, that, right time to get rid of him. Yeah, they can plod on. So I think that's an important game. I think Leeds will be seeing Cardiff away as an important game, because Leeds fans there will be thinking, We've just seen Leicester lose and get a red card, and we could, yeah, okay, they've got a couple of Afcon people out there playing in the Afcon, so in the Afcon games, so we're a bit they're a bit depleted, but I think we're gonna see them want to keep up with them and possibly get. They need to get these 3 points on the top two, and they'll be hoping like God that Sheffield Wednesday can hold back Southampton. They'll be really hoping that Sunderland can do a job on Ipswich, and I think both can be done. So Leeds will start could quite easily, especially halfway through the game when everybody's started to settle out. There's a good chance that Leeds fans will be thinking, "Shit, we can get 3 points today on the whole of that top section." So that'll be an important game. I think the Huddersfield Plymouth game will be high scoring. I think it's less of an important game. I think that Huddersfield are getting quite good now. They're starting to play really good football. They're starting to play really good defensive football, pushing on to break and get those draws and wins that they need to stay up. There's a good chance that they can improve a little bit more, I think. But they're playing with a Plymouth side that has done some good work already in the January transfer window, and they're pretty high on confidence. So I think although they're not as good away from home, certainly a draw could be on the cards there. I think Huddersfield will be quite happy with that. I think that Huddersfield know that if they keep getting draws, they ain't going to get caught by the bottom three. Let's have a look. I don't think it's season defining at Rotherham Stoke, but I think that it certainly would be. They played Stoke in the cup and at Stoke, and a couple of games before they played them in the league at Stoke, and they let 10 goals in 2 games. Now I think Rotherham letting 10 goals in against Stoke in 2 games. Yeah, it was at the beginning. But it was at the beginning when Rotherham had all their players, and I think at the minute they've got so many out injured that they were allowed to take on another defender in the closed window. So it really is quite serious down there or up there, and I don't think it's season defining. I think if they lose, they'll not be too worried because they don't play well against Stoke. But if they do, I think you have to start thinking that it's definitely them down. I think we already are. I already think that they are down. My daughter thinks we can still stay up, but I doubt that. I think it would have to we would have to really show we can win this one. But even then, I don't think it would be a season-defining win. We'd still be on the bottom. I think it's a season-defining one for Sheffield Wednesday against Southampton, and I'll tell you for why. I think Southampton, certainly when Rotherham played them and drew 1-1, we were very, very average for the first half, and yet we came away with a draw. And Southampton have been prone to just throw away the odd result, the odd win, because hey, they seem to go to places thinking, oh, we can win this because we're a Premiership side, and they're only a League One side. Typically with Rotherham at home, it's only Rotherham, a League One side that sort of found the way to stay up for one season. And they didn't win us. And I think that's what's going to happen here with Sheffield Wednesday. Only Sheffield Wednesday are a bit better than Rotherham, and I think that they will. It'll either be a 2-2 draw, or Wednesday could actually win this one 2-1. I sort of just have this feeling that Wednesday are going to come out fighting with it. So with just a quarter of an hour to go, let's just have a quick look at the last two. I think the only other one that I would say is a sort of almost season defining would be Ipswich Sunderland. I think that we're starting now to see a time when Ipswich have been found out, and I think that a lot of fans are thinking, yeah, they've been found out now. We there's a way of beating them. People have found it out. I think it started with the Rotherham game where I think it was a 2-2 draw, and somehow the Ipswich just didn't know how to get that win against Rotherham, and they were never going to win it. But it appears to have fired off a lot of people a lot of teams afterwards, looking and thinking, how the hell did a team like Rotherham? They didn't say that, honest. We hate that phrase. How did a team with skills such as Rotherham manage to hold a team that's right in second place to a draw and a 2-2 one as well? And that's the 15-minute call. So, and the answer is quite simply, yeah, that's really good. So what they did is they basically looked at it and thought, well, yeah, we can emulate that in a better fashion and hold them or win them. And that's what's been happening. All of a sudden, Ipswich are finding people can actually beat them. And I think now, especially now, if we look at it, if you actually look at this and actually think about it, rather than just thinking, oh, I'm an Ipswich fan, so we're there's no chance of that happening. Ipswich were on the tail of Leicester. They really were on the tail of them. They're now 10 points behind. Had Ipswich won, had Leicester won today, they would have been 13 points behind at the minute. Yeah, at this particular minute. But they haven't. Now, if Ipswich won, they'd be 7 points behind. But if they lose, they'll stay where they are now, which is 10 points behind Ipswich. But with Southampton, if they win, or Leeds win, Southampton would push them out of second place. Now, this is what I mean. We are looking at Sunderland, who are in seventh place. They want desperately to get up there, but Sunderland are in a difficult. They're an odd team. They either win or they lose. 12 wins, 4 draws, 10 defeats. They're the highest team with double figures defeats. It's weird, but they either win or they get disheartened and lose. If Sunderland can get their act together and they realise that Ipswich can be beaten in a certain way, they could quite easily win this. And that puts them on 43. That's only 12 points behind Ipswich. 4 wins. And if everybody who's putting these little videos out are right, Ipswich are going to start to lose a few more now. They've only lost 3, but they've drawn 7. And they're starting to show they're not invincible. And I think you'll find that they'll lose that second place at some point. What point? Will it be this weekend? Let us see. This is going to be a good first and second half today. This is going to be an absolute humdinger, I think, especially when we get to that game at 5:30. It's going to be an amazing 90 minutes. But I think up to then, watching the teams around them, like Southampton, Leeds, It's going to be an interesting game. Let's see what happens in that game. We're just going to have a quick break for a drink, and then we will be back to show you the championship goals as they go in. Oh, ouch. Oh, funny time. Yeah. I'm going to get one of the old ones that's no good. I seem to have got one of the old ones that's no good. La, 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 la. Let us get set up, shall we? Let us get set up. I'm going to be proud that we're going to lose, but at least we're going to lose. We're going to go down fighting. That's my motto. That's my motto, and that's not going to work. No, I'm not going wood anywhere either. I have. Right. So, I only wish we could turn that round. Obviously, everybody's see that. So here we are. We have got 9 minutes left. 9 minutes left, guys, and we will start the season in 2024 with which home teams are starting this season. So what we're on the obviously we started the year with a set of games, so that's they're on the first. So what did we have last Saturday? Last Saturday we had the FA Cup. That was on the 6th. And then on the Monday the 1st, yeah, so we had a lot of games on Monday the 1st. They were all championship. So this is the second game of the season. I just wanted to check whether we'd had a third game. I know they're all second games of the season. So we are, who's going to enjoy a home game in the second game? Well, we've got Birmingham at home. We've got Cardiff at home. We've got Huddersfield at home. Middlesbrough at home. Preston at home. Rotherham at home. Not much difference. Southampton at home. West Brom at home. And Ipswich at home. And I have in my I actually work with Bet365. And we work with Sky Sports app. Unfortunately, Sky Sports app's been playing up, so we'll see how it will work. there, I think. Yeah, a little bit closer. Don't let anybody tell you that that the new glass fiber cables actually makes the internet any quicker. It does if it works, but it doesn't. Not all of the people who run these networks actually give you the boxes that can cover the house, and I'm on the back, so it's a little bit difficult, but we will carry on. We've started to get the games through now, so we can have a quick, I believe, West Brom. Yeah, West Brom versus Blackburn is a commentary game. Yeah, in fact, that is the only commentary game we've got. So we will be listening to West Brom versus Blackburn. And my thoughts on that is a West Brom win. I'd like to see the Huddersfield Plymouth. To be honest, I think the Huddersfield Plymouth game would be a really good game to watch. I think the Huddersfield Plymouth game would be certainly one of those games you could certainly write home to your mother about and say, "Wow, what a game! I really went to a humdinger of a neutrals game." That's going to be certainly a good neutral game to watch. Would be the Huddersfield Plymouth game. If I was going to watch another a neutrals game, I would probably say one other one would be Southampton Sheffield Wednesday. I don't like Sheffield Wednesday. I don't like Sheffield Wednesday fans. But I tell you what, Sheffield Wednesday are on the up, and you can see that Sheffield Wednesday could. Rotherham did well against Southampton at St Mary's. I think we will see a damned good team coming out against Southampton. And I would be surprised if Southampton can turn that defence quite as easy as they did with Rotherham. They turned it within 2 minutes against Rotherham and scored within 2 minutes, but then never came anywhere near the Flying Swede. So I think there's going to be a damn good game there. So I think as a neutral, I would be looking at the Huddersfield game and the Southampton game. I think those two games will be absolutely amazing. I think I'm going to place a bet on that. I'll put my money where my mouth is and bet on Rotherham winning, even though I think we'll get trounced. Not bad odds. So that's not bad odds. Southampton to win is not great. But actually, Sheffield Wednesday to win 6-1. That is actually not a bad odd. If you're actually now, this is what I get, guys. and it's strange because Sheffield Wednesday are massive as well. So you've got two massive clubs playing each other. But have we got anything similar? We haven't got anything similar. We've just had one similar, but that's not that's gone. Yeah, we have. We've got Leeds versus Cardiff. So you've got a massive club like Leeds with lots and lots of supporters who will be backing their team to win on, actually putting money on and putting bets on. And you can see that they are more likely to be odds on to win. They are 4-6 on. But it means that the Cardiff score then would go out quite severely. But it's only gone to 4-1, which means that there's a fair number of people actually thinking Cardiff could get something. Because if you look down at the Sheffield Wednesday game, although Cardiff are at home, so that is obviously the other thing that they're looking at. As we start the game, people will start to bet. And with Southampton having such a massive following, it looks like what's happened is that Southampton fans and followers are betting for Southampton, and they're betting by the droves. Either because Sheffield Wednesday are where they are, so the floaters are betting on Southampton as well. That's probably the real reason. You've got the Southampton fans and the floaters voting for Sheffield, betting on Southampton because Sheffield Wednesday are where they are. And that's put Sheffield Wednesday at 6-1. That is actually quite phenomenal. 6-1 against for Sheffield Wednesday to win, which means not very likely. When Rotherham are playing at home, not many people are going to bet on Rotherham, and yet we're only 3-1 against winning, which is weird because they've actually put 10 goals past us in 2 games now, Stoke. So, you would have expected it to be a walkover. You'd expect it to be nearer to the 6-7-1. And I'm quite disappointed that the odds aren't bigger than that because, I'd win some more money from it. If we did win, which is not likely. And I think, the odds look like, well, there's not many people betting on it because you've got Stoke City at 19-20, basically evens. And you think, well, there's not many people betting on Stoke at the minute. They've opened the bets and people are starting to bet on it now. And these odds should be changing. And at the minute, it looks like there's a large influx of bets on Southampton. Not much in that game. There's not much in the Rotherham game, but that is Rotherham Stoke, who's going to be betting on that. And then you have Bristol City, where the games have started now. That's my little ping to say things have started. We'll start in a second. I just wanted to have a quick look at the betting. And really, that is actually the only game people are really, really betting on at the minute. Appears to be the Southampton game. So let's just go into, make sure we get both systems up at the same time. We're going to pull up the West Brom game.
It is West Brom hosting Blackburn Rovers into
There's the West Brom game.
There's 8 changes for West Brom from their 4-1 win in the FA Cup against Aldershot. Their starting lineup is as follows: Palmer in goal, Philon, Kipre, Bartley, Townsend, Yakuslu, Bower, Swift, Fellows, Reach, and Thomas Asante. And for Blackburn, it's 3 changes from their 5-2 victory in the FA Cup at home to Cambridge United. It's Wallstead in goal.
Stoke have already had it in the net, though, but they were offside, so that's okay.
Sigurdsson and Leonard. Kick-off fast approaching. Kick-off. And we will leave that there because we are underway at the Hawthorns. It is West Brom hosting Blackburn Rovers in this championship tie. Myself, Kieran Graham alongside John Hogan. And John, how are we seeing this fixture today?
It said Stoke offside.
I think we're looking at Stoke. Fingers and thinking, where's all
Rotherham were offside.
Rotherham I can see that Carlos Corberán's getting tune out of them. That tune is 1-0. They're tight.
Interesting.
And they win the games by a squeak.
So we are listening to
the
West Brom game.
On the other hand, Blackburn Rovers are really hitting
Let's go all competition, shall we? We'll look at the Premier League. We've had Chelsea win Fulham 1-0.
Where the goal's going to come from, I don't know.
We've got Newcastle tonight versus Man City.
Be hard to break down.
Championship games. Middlesbrough versus Middlesbrough away to Millwall's not started yet. That's strange.
0 for the home side, I reckon.
Yeah, not started on a no, it hasn't started yet. So that's odd. We're nearly 5 past and it's not started. 5:30 tonight, the Ipswich Sunderland game. Let's have a look at League One.
Biggest spells.
They've got a game like that as well. Charlton versus Peterborough's not started. Cambridge United Fleetwood 3:15. That's an odd one, isn't it? No games in there. And lastly, League Two. No, they've got a game that's not started. Stockport versus Walsall. This is really weird. One game in each league has not started.
Absolutely delighted with how this season's going. Whereas for once again, they started the season really well, and then it dropped off a little bit.
Millwall's still
at the moment,
not
as it stands,
started
because
yet.
a lot of other games have just kicked off as well. So, and like I said, John, missing Sammy Smodics coming into this game
Yeah, They don't seem to be doing very well, Bet365. They've got a bit of a problem with their coverage. But the power's okay, so that's okay. When it keeps coming back on, we will have a quick listen to it. At the minute, there is nothing in the Championship. League 1 has nothing. League 2 has nothing. Wow. Nothing. Who's going to get this first goal? I'm going to plump for Plymouth. I'm going to plump for Plymouth or Stoke. Plymouth or Stoke. I'm going to go Plymouth or Stoke, and it will let me know. I'd love to know who you... If we had someone in, I'd be chomping at the bit trying to get you to tell me who's going to be the first scorer. At the minute, it doesn't look. Something's happened at Millwall because Millwall hasn't started yet. I'll go into the Millwall game. Kickoff 3:00. Not happened. Right, that's odd. Refreshes everything. Everything's on 5 minutes except for that one. We go into that game again just to see if we can. We're still on it, so
this season.
It just keeps stopping for some reason.
At the moment, is West Brom will be looking to pile a bit of pressure on Leeds United and Southampton today, so I'm sure they'll have an eye on the scores in the other games. There's plenty of other games in the Championship we'll be bringing to you as well when the goals are going in. We'll be updating you. I won't reel off every single game because every single team is basically playing. But West Brom coming down the right hand side, it's cut into the back post, and the header is won, and it's well saved in the end from the Blackburn goalkeeper. It's Adam Reach flying in at the back post. It's a lovely clipped ball in, and he won the header. He just couldn't direct it wide enough to hit the corners. Blackburn looking to instantly respond with an attack of their own. It's Moran on the ball. Now he goes into the middle of the pack. It's really cheaply given away. We were saying before kickoff, we won't be able to miss these Blackburn players in their luminous green kits, but that's a decent, promising start from West Brom there. First time on the attack, getting down the right hand side. It was not the best of headers from Reach, but he called the keeper into action.
Blackburn, who they sponsored by the Green Cross Code or something. Nobody's going to get knocked down wearing their away strip, are they? Let's face it. Yeah, you can't miss them, can you? But can they find each other? That's the more important, I guess. Yeah, we saw Leonard peeling off. He's going to play sort of inside right. He's lone striker, but he's offering width. So essentially, there'll be 4-6 at times, and try and win that.
We're off and running, and here we go. We're off and running. Millwall Borough is still not started. If anybody knows what Millwall Borough's at, I've done it. The strange thing is Millwall Borough in the Championship not started. The one in the one in League 1 has now started. The one that was missing in League 2 has now started. But the one in the Championship,
it keeps on going.
Millwall Borough has not.
Connor Townsend, I think, he's had a quiet
Any goals yet? We have nothing in the Championship.
Yeah, they're all. I think when you
nothing
listen
in League 1.
We
haven't even got anything in League 2.
Championship professionals, they really know what it takes.
We've got something. We've got Ray Rovers in the Scottish Championship.
Big miss for Blackburn today. He's on 16 goals.
Yeah.
So, a lot of talk at the minute. It was linked around the move to
I thought that was a goal down the other. For heaven's sake, don't give me a goal for it.
much
this.
materialising in it, and that's Brandon Thomas Asante. 7 goals this season, has made himself West Brom's number 9. He's a creative player. I mean, for me, he doesn't strike as yourself as a number 9. I think he's more of a creative playmaker, maybe to play off a striker, maybe to play out wide. But we haven't seen anything of him so far in this game. His furlong down the right-hand side looks to cut it across, but it's good defending from Callum Britton down the left-hand side now. And it is interesting to see who's playing where, because I had Britton playing in the middle of the park. It looks like he's operating almost as a left wing back in time. We've just seen that chance for reach back again. It's a lovely ball in from Fellows.
So we are
from the FA Cup game against
still awaiting the first goal
just couldn't generate the power for
in the championship.
Yeah, Adam Reach. I mean, he's got some outrageous goals, hasn't he? In his career. But it seems a long time ago when he had that sort of, white hot form.
League One. No, we're going in League Two. Grimsby are winning Notts County. That's I didn't think that would happen. Grimsby at 1 and Notts County 0.
Like you say,
7 minutes in.
Almost left wing back in the minute, trying to work out what formation they're in. And final ball from him. Leaves a lot to his side. Poor touch there, heavy touch. The ball rolled.
So Grimsby are the first scorers. Anybody would have got Grimsby.
I do like the man on loan from Brighton and Hove Albion, Andrew Moran. I think he's a good player.
So we now go for
on the ball, but at the minute, really Rovers just struggling to get going.
The league EFL scorer, which is going to go down as Grimsby.
Mentioned earlier that West Brom are almost the masters.
What else do we have?
4 games in the league have all been 1-0.
Let's have a look at Birmingham versus Swansea. With Swansea on the attack.
So, I mean, if you're a betting man, you can probably
they have a really good chance there. Swansea nearly had a good chance.
I mean, Bartley.
At the minute, it's about 50-50 with Swansea slightly on top.
I thought played quite well against Leeds and all that. Keeper has been a different class, but again,
come back in, refresh itself, and we will go into the Cardiff game. The Cardiff game is still 0-0. Leeds are on the attack.
Getting beaten by the odd goal tells its own story.
We're still betting-wise looking at Leeds. 66% possession for Leeds.
I guess that's helping.
1 shot to 0 for Leeds. So it really is quite highly Leeds at the minute there.
0-0 written all over this game, especially when you.
Oh dear, 0-0 written all over it. That doesn't sound like Grimsby on that one, wasn't it? League 2. Is that all we've got still? Looks like it. Nothing in League 1. I've got a feeling we're going to get a glut of it. Let's go for Huddersfield versus Plymouth. So Huddersfield has just had an attack. Plymouth kick it out, back to Huddersfield, kick it back to Plymouth. Watch this, they're going to kick it, it's going back to Huddersfield. Looks a little bit ping-pongy. 67% played to Huddersfield. Interesting. But what they tend to do is play it along the back. So actually 67% possession to Huddersfield. However, they're playing it along the back. So what you've got is keeping it in defence. They're doing a sort of Neil Warnock. They're still doing a Neil Warnock style of play. From what I can see, they're sort of shoving it around at the back, trying to keep the ball. However, no, we've got a goal. We've got a goal, and it's gone the opposite direction. It's Plymouth 1. It's Huddersfield 0, Plymouth 1, and it's Morgan Whittaker on 12 minutes who scored for Plymouth. So Plymouth are now in the league. That playing it along the back row doesn't always work, and it's amazing. I reckon that could be a 4-3 win. Opening goal, West Brom. West Brom have just scored. So now we have West Brom winning as well. So West Brom are in the lead. Defensive errors. And we have now got 2 goals in the championship. We got 2 goals in the championship. We got West Brom 1, Blackburn 0.
Because this is out of nothing, really. Anyway,
we've got Plymouth 1-0 away to Huddersfield. That's putting pressure on Huddersfield, but only if, and we will go down to it, to Sheffield Wednesday. So Sheffield Wednesday are the ones that will be smiling at the minute. The Sheffield Wednesday will now be thinking how we can get out of this. So what are we seeing at Southampton? We're seeing... That's an odd set of... people are betting for Sheffield Wednesday here.
The baggies, because we know that they keep it tight.
Well, we've been talking about
68% possession to Southampton. 2 shots for Southampton, 1 for Wednesday. Neither on target. However, of course, taking the lead again that we are bringing we see quite often that with Wednesday that they can miss the target 100 times, and it doesn't matter. That one target shot that goes on target goes in the back of the bloody net. Leeds have gone 1-0 up. Yeah, Leeds have gone 1-0 up now against Cardiff. So we're 1-0 up for Leeds, we're 1-0 up for Plymouth, and we're 1-0 up for West Brom. And Sheffield Wednesday and Southampton odds have just been removed with Barry Bannon in the penalty area.
You either mark man for man or you don't.
It's come back up. Something happened there. Something happened at Sheffield Wednesday, at Southampton, and it's a Sheffield Wednesday goal kick. So Southampton were on the attack when when Bet365 took the odds off.
Patrick Bamford again for Leeds. He can't stop now, can he?
Yeah, Patrick Bamford for Leeds.
Obviously, he hit a worldie against Peterborough in the FA Cup, didn't he?
Southampton versus Sheffield Wednesday. Wasn't it? If you remember, it was 6-1 for Southampton. Was it 6-1? Yes. No. Yeah, it was 6-1 for Southampton. It's now 2-5. So they've absolutely slaughtered those odds to less than half. They're now not thinking Southampton are going to win this quite as easy as it thinks. Let's go down to League One. And believe it or not, League One has no goals yet. League One is completely versatile. I'd love somebody to have a chat. Come on, let's have a chat. Who do you support? Come on. I know it says I've got nobody in here, but there was one person who came in. Who do you support? Because at the minute, it's just Grimsby. Oh, hang on a minute. We have 2 more goals in League Two. Tranmere Rovers 1, Milton Keynes 1. So that's been... let's have a look at that, because that's actually quite interesting. Milton Keynes on 9 minutes and Tranmere Rovers on 12. Oh, and as we come back, Grimsby have scored a second. Grimsby 2, Notts County 0. Slowly go through League One. League One appears to be the same. The Championship is at the minute the same. We have Leeds winning at Cardiff. We have with Patrick Bamford. We have Plymouth winning at Huddersfield. And we have West Brom winning at home to Blackburn Rovers. So we are in the ascendancy here. We're starting to see the goals go in. And at the minute, West Brom, I would expect that was probably an expectable goal. Perhaps not quite as quick as that. I think the Leeds goal was probably quite expectable. As quick as this? No, probably not. Cardiff are quite good in defence, and I'm quite surprised it's gone in quite so quick. And we have West Brom. Yeah, we would have expected that. The other one was the Huddersfield game. Huddersfield's defence is bloody good. I am surprised that Plymouth have scored so early. That would back my thought that Plymouth could win this 4-3. I was saying 3-2, wasn't I? And I'm going to stick to 3-2. I'm going to say that Huddersfield are going to somehow fluke an equaliser and that Plymouth will immediately come back and increase it. So it's been really good so far. It's been a good day. Started off really quiet, and we started to pull back. We have one in League One. Northampton 1, Wigan 0. Where did I put Wigan? Because Wigan are obviously hit by that deduction. They're 19th with 27 points. Literally 3 points off of relegation. 3 points off of 21st and 22nd position, who have 24. So Reading and Cheltenham. So where are Reading and Cheltenham in here? Reading are at home to Port Vale. And Cheltenham shouldn't really be bothered, should we? But I wanted to have a quick look. Can't find you. Oh no, there they are. Oh, they're away at Bolton. Perhaps not. So the only one they've got to really think about is the other one, is Reading, who are at home to Port Vale. West Brom 1-0 still. Plymouth 1-0 up. Leeds 1-0 up. Any more goals? What do we think is going to happen as we listen to the West Brom game? West Brom 1, Blackburn 0.
When we see Leonard, he keeps chasing back into midfield.
I do try to look at the odds. I think the odds actually are quite important, because if we look at the odds, what we've got with the West Brom game is two teams who have reasonable amounts of fans, and certainly reasonable amounts of bets are going to go to both sides. And I don't think with this game that it would be too much a drift apart. But now that West Brom has scored, the overall view is sort of 3-1, 4-1 towards West Brom. So most of the time, they will win it if once they're ahead. That is the overall thought of people who are betting on these games. Just looking at some of the other scores on the Sky app. We go back onto Bet365. Let's have a quick scan further down. They said Northampton. Oh, Reading versus Port Vale. I mentioned that one, didn't we? We mentioned Reading, Port Vale. Something's happened there because the odds have been taken away. Nothing on there. 2 corners. I don't know. Something's happened down there. It's not showing me what's happening because it's only on Bet365. But something's happened because the play stopped on 17 minutes 52. It's actually stopped on 17:52. The timing, they've stopped it, and there's no odds. So something's happened down there. They usually do that if there's a red card. They did that this morning with this lunchtime with the Coventry game. So, wow. I'm going to go to the Southampton game. Let's have a look at the Southampton game. Southampton goal kick. That's rather ominous, is it? No, Southampton have had 3 shots, none on target. XG of 0.15. Sheffield Wednesday, 1 shot on target, XG of 0.04. So at the minute, Southampton are still on top. 5 corners for Southampton.
No, it deserved a better finish than that. I think
West Brom are now.
You can see everything works really well. Costley was the man who stepped back and makes it back 3 times.
I know they're being pegged back. The odds are actually that they're not quite as outstanding in this game as we think.
And again, it's that spare man.
I go to my game.
It's not a good shot from him. Yeah, Mort's ball was superb.
I'm going to guess here. Let's have a guess. I reckon that we're on 20% possession.
ball, but he wanted to
Oh,
hit it
44% to
Nice
Rotherham,
got it when they go in
56%
like that.
to Stoke City.
Bamford,
2 shots to
Bamford-esque
Rotherham,
goal.
none to
So
Stoke.
he just, he's
So
very
actually, at the
difficult to do that.
minute,
You're better off trying to get over the
Rotherham
top
are in
of
the
ball,
ascendancy.
scraping it in, really.
I'm going to say that now
He didn't
because
quite
I
have time to
can,
do
because
that.
it's true. God knows it's going to be difficult saying it later on. So we are a little bit muffled from West Brom here, but West Brom are still still ahead 1-0.
It's sort of on a half turn. The ball's
Southampton
over his shoulder, but
are actually not doing that great against Sheffield Wednesday, and we are starting to see Southampton are constantly on the attack, which is not a great thing to do with Sheffield Wednesday because their defence is really good, and if they hit you on the break, that is when Sheffield Wednesday will score. At the minute, I would say that the 7-1, it's now 7-1 for against Sheffield Wednesday. That is actually a damn good
would do a better job of finding
odds. Millwall 1, Middlesbrough 0.
Only 2 defenders, so I thought he should have done better.
So Millwall 1, Middlesbrough 0. So Leeds are winning. Leeds, Cardiff 0, Leeds 1. So Cardiff have the ball. Leeds goal kick. Southampton are 0-0. West Brom are winning.
Whereas Millwall have actually taken an early lead at home to Middlesbrough. Joe Bryan,
oh right, okay. Joe Bryan scored.
The goalkeeper's come all the way out, but he does well in the end, and he also finds a teammate
for Millwall.
Once again, almost in behind.
I think it's going to be a tough few games here. There's going to be more goals. I just feel there's going to be more goals, guys. But we're going to have to see where it comes. Leeds 1, Cardiff 0. Let's see who's scored in the Leeds Cardiff game. Oh, it was Patrick Bamford on 13. So 12-1 for Cardiff, which is really strange. What they've done there is that there's that many bets saying, well, once Leeds go ahead, that's it. You're not going to catch them. 12-1. That's a bloody good. I mean, we're only on the 25th minute, nearly. That sort of odds on a team not against them getting back and winning it from 1-0 down is quite phenomenal. 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 We're going into League One. Northampton 1, Wigan 0.
It's not great to watch.
Right. I mentioned earlier, guys, that Reading versus Port Vale had stopped.
Trying to work a shooting opportunity.
It has indeed.
I just thought
has it restarted?
Wriggling to get his shot away, and eventually it allows the blockers in.
No, it's still stopped. It stopped with Port Vale in the attack. However, Port Vale are in the attack and nothing's happening. So the timer is not moving. The odds have been removed. Everything has stopped. It's very interesting. I'd love to know why that is. I'd love to have somebody on here who knows what's happening in the Port Vale game, because that's.
We've got 1 goal, and that's from the young Tom
that's it's the ping pong, it's the ball time. What am I, stupid person? The ball time has stopped the game, hasn't it? So they're throwing the tennis balls on the pitch at the minute, so that's why that's stopped. But it stopped them for a good 10 minutes.
You'd like to think you contribute, and he has today.
So that's interesting.
26 minutes gone, and it's Albion 1, Blackburn Rovers 0.
Crew 1, Swindon 0. Grimsby 2,
shot from Garrett.
Notts County 0. Tranmere 1, MK Dons 1.
And if I like Andrew more than I do,
You see, I'm sure somebody would have told me at that, wouldn't they? Well, you daft bugger, you've missed the fact that they got the tennis balls on the pitch.
Although looking at those shirts for too long make me blind, I think. Anyway, ball out to the right-hand side.
Oh, he doesn't like the shirts, does he? Blackburn's luminous yellow shirts. Men at works. Blackburn's men at work shirts. He's taking a piss out of
the edge of the area, maybe an opportunity, some good play, but Wharton there, like you said, technically gifted, able to buy himself some time at the edge of the area. Johnstat switched it out to the right-hand side.
So here we are with 27-28 minutes played in the games.
He's going to break here for Garrett. Little heel, buys it some time. A shot comes in, there's a good block. The ball's going to break kindly.
Where shall we go? Shall we go to Preston versus Bristol City? This is one where whoever turns up will probably win it, because both teams have a tendency to either turn up or not turn up. At the minute, it's Preston 43%, Bristol City 57%. That's not necessarily the way the game's going. So let's have a look. Dangerous attacks, 6 to Preston, 18 to Bristol City. Okay, we maybe is. Shots on goal, Preston 0.23 XG with 2 shots, 1 on target. Bristol City are only on 0.26 XG, but they've got 5 shots, 3 on target. So the shots that Bristol City are having are not open, clear-cut chances. However, they are having more of them, 3 times as many nearly. So at the minute, it looks like Bristol City have turned up, 4 corners to Bristol City.
You know, it keeps the opposition in the game for long enough. But
1 to Preston.
It's great, 1-0 to the Albion and all that business. But really,
so,
you want to do better than that, because, like I said,
been drinking. I'm going to go off repeat. I'm going to come back, and we're going to go through the rest of the first half.
With what we've seen already, they've got the capability to blow Rovers out of the water, but they're not doing it. And if you're picking Blackburn without Smodic, you're picking a good time to play against them. We noted that in our first game today in the Championship, where I opted to go for Coventry City, and I got dead lucky with that. But I'll tell you that in a second. As the ball comes in, shot from Wharton leaves a lot to be desired there. Ball coming from his left, he goes left-footed, and it's so hard to make that finish right. But he must be all left foot, because he demanded a right foot finish, didn't get it. Here come Rovers playing through the middle, but the ball to Leonard, catch him offside. However, there was a foul before that anyway. So yeah, Coventry were playing against
Leicester. Have we missed anything, guys? Have we missed anything?
All those guys who've gone to the
Come on.
Cup of Nations.
Nobody here now. Come on, you got to tell me if I miss anything, because I'm going to disappear like that. Very nice.
Oh, what a strike!
Oh, 2-0 to West Brom. I have missed something.
Out of absolutely nothing, I promise you. He's got the ball at the edge of the area on the right-hand side.
West Brom 2, Blackburn 0.
And he's absolutely drilled it into the corner. Out of nothing there. I'd be disappointed if I wall stepped there, but you can't.
That's
take it
good,
away.
because hopefully
a pure strike.
Yeah, it's a fantastic strike. I mentioned Thomas.
It's not giving me the.
West Brom coming into this game. That's his 8th goal of the season.
Usually, it gives me the 2-0 up, and I can claim the win.
It's absolutely brilliant, because, as I said,
goal! Leeds United has scored. Leeds United 2-0 up. So Leeds are now 2-0 up. Plymouth are 1-0 up. Millwall are 1-0 up. West Brom are 2-0 up.
But it's a brilliant strike, and it is 2-0, and it's probably a deserved 2-0 lead, because Blackburn have been very sloppy.
It's interesting because the both two systems are not up to date with each other now. Still got Leeds to score on that one, the second one. So, yeah.
I think other keepers in the division might have saved that. And that's a big if, isn't it? We don't really know, do we? But in my opinion, I think...
In his opinion, any other goalie would have saved it. Right, okay.
Take nothing away from him, out of nothing. But that's
injury to Sheffield Wednesday player Gassama.
Wow. and then an
The
easy
Jedi
follows and that strike out of nothing.
So the Jedi has an injury.
I couldn't. I've seen him a few times this season. I've done Albion, and it's about the fourth or fifth time.
So
And
Southampton are now on the
he
attack.
scores out of nothing, out of broken play.
Stuart Armstrong.
Because they don't seem to play him in. It's off.
Can they do something with it? They have more. Oh, and he runs across the box. Straight through the back line. Can he do something with it? Can he cross it? Can he score? Can he shoot?
And Rovers have been creaking.
They're just not able to put the shot in. It's. I've got the light on the phone. The phone's just not quite.
And that means that
Cameron Dawson is the one to cut it out. Oh, Ickey's got it. And he passes it to Bannon. Back to Bernard. Wednesday are now playing it forward, but they just belt it forward. And
the ball went up the back of there. Don't quite know how it happened. Is the referee giving it? Well, it looks like Thomas Asante's wheeling away, and it looks like this game could be done and dusted already.
3-0?
They don't concede many, and now they scored 3.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happened.
West Brom 3. West Brom 3. Blackburn 0. How on earth has West Brom 3? Ouch. I would not have believed. I'll be quite honest, guys. I thought West Brom would win about 2-1, and it's 3-0. The one I thought would be high scoring is this one, which is the Huddersfield Plymouth. And at the minute, Huddersfield have it in defence, so Plymouth have obviously been on the attack. And looking at the odds, it's strange because Plymouth have had 3 shots, 2 on target, and Huddersfield have had 4 shots, none on target. None on target. And unbelievable.
I mean, the thing is, what you say about this, right? It's a shot straight down the middle.
Yeah, they got.
Keeper makes a save, but he just pushes it back into open play, and well, the camera lingers.
I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that West Brom are now 3-0 up. Has the Reading game got restarted? Well, it's saying not, which is rather strange. What has happened at Reading? Because the balls have gone on the pitch. The balls have gone on the pitch, but it's not being restarted. So that is, to me, very, very odd.
A shot from the edge of the area, not blocked or anything.
Very, very odd.
Gets a straight shot.
I want to go and have a look at that again.
And there, it's a shot straight down the middle.
No,
the keeper's going to make an easy save.
They stopped that.
Oh, it's a left foot curl. It's going straight down the middle.
So Millwall 1-0 up, Leeds 2-0 up, Plymouth 1-0 up, Southampton 1-0 up against Sheffield Wednesday. So now we have Sheffield Wednesday are 1-0 down at Southampton. This is the point at which Wednesday will either come straight back or they'll collapse. What time are we on? 35 minutes. Yeah, they're either going to get slaughtered or, which they don't often, or they will be, they will fight back now and get an equaliser.
Hopefully, as neutrals in this, Rovers can do something else. Southampton have just scored. They're going great guns at the minute. I think
Rotherham XG 0.02, Stoke City's XG 0.02. The only side to have a shot on target is one for Stoke, and Stoke have had 1 shot, 1 on target. Rotherham have had 2 shots, but none on target. 3 corners to Stoke, 1 to Rotherham.
Yeah, he's a young fellow as well, and he maybe he's a little bit raw.
And
but I don't know.
We're
today for Southampton.
in the Stoke half at the minute.
2 Adams. Adams doesn't always necessarily start, does he? But loads of goals in there. They were my pick to go straight
Stoke
up
are
but they started,
being
with,
careful,
Wolves
cautious, keeping it at the back.
I thought they'd have to keep
As soon as they push it forward, they've lost it.
Go straight back up. They still might do. Anyway,
Hakeem Mudofin
Albion, though,
runs with it, pushes it forward, and we were offside. So we're trying. We're very trying. Swansea have scored against Birmingham. Huddersfield has scored against Plymouth. What did I say? Huddersfield will equalise. Huddersfield will equalise, and then Plymouth will go on to win it 3-2. I'm still going to say that Plymouth are going to win 3-2. It's Huddersfield 1, Plymouth 1. It's Cardiff 0, Leeds 2, Birmingham 0, Swansea 1. And we are in the... So we're approaching the 40th minute in these games. See, QPR play tomorrow, so we're not too worried about the QPR game.
Random teams across Swansea. They're wonderful at the moment. They've just taken the lead away at Birmingham. They've got a new manager, Swansea, so that maybe they can get that almost new manager bounce. Steve Cooper almost did something very similar with Swansea, almost getting them into the playoffs, but I believe they missed out on the final day of
Birmingham have equalised. I said Birmingham are quite good, aren't they? I'm pretty sure Birmingham would had a good chance of winning this. Birmingham have now equalised.
Birmingham, like they've equalised. They were terrible under Wayne Rooney. Terrible. But anyway, we all like to think.
Let's have a look in. Blackpool are now winning 1-0 at home to Exeter.
And Albion don't need
Something's happened at Bolton because that's the odds have gone there. Carlisle 0, Oxford 1, Charlton 0, Peterborough 1, Portsmouth 0, Leyton Orient 2. Now they are not doing well at all, Portsmouth now. Reading has actually looked like it does look like it's been stopped. Wickham 1, Lincoln 0.
I don't necessarily look at the table and think there's going to be too many surprises or any late springers. I think all the cream has already risen to the top, really. There may be slight jockeying, but anyway, you come out being again good ball.
I think he's right. I think the top 4 or 5 will be the top 4 or 5 at the end of the year. We've got Leicester, they'll be there. Southampton, they'll be there. Ipswich will be somewhere there because they're far too... I mean, they're on 55 points, and it's 10 points down to 5th place West Brom. I mean, God, it's 15 points down to 7th place, down to 6th place Coventry. 15 points. They can't. I mean, they'd have to lose 5 games in a row just to get caught up with them, and then Coventry would have to win every game, and Sunderland would have to win every game. It ain't gonna happen. So they're safe for 5, which takes it to what? They're on 26 games, 31 games. So, yeah, the chances are, even if they win half their games, and the chasing pack lose, one in every 2. You're talking 10 games, which takes you to sort of 36 points. You're getting on to those, we've got 10 games to go. There's not a great deal of possibility, I don't think. So, Ipswich, be in the top group. Leeds, they'll be in the top group. And at the minute, West Brom are keeping up with that pack. Can they catch it? They've done well with what they've got. I don't think they've done great on, if anything, with their recruitment campaigns. But I don't think it matters. They're doing well with what they've got, and that's the same story as at Ipswich. They've not done anything in the recruitment, but they've done well with what they've got, and got the best out of them. So there we have the top. The bottom, I think we can almost say that my side is down. 27 games, 19 points at the minute. I think it's a case of who's coming down with Rotherham, in which case you have QPR. You have to think that they are likely to be in the bottom three. Wednesday and Huddersfield, I just think that Huddersfield are as good as Wednesday. And can they stay ahead of Wednesday? They can. Can they stay ahead for all the season? I don't know. I think it may be very difficult. I think that can we keep ahead of them? Can they keep ahead of them? I think Huddersfield may very well stay ahead of them, but it's going to be very, very close. I'd say Huddersfield and Sheffield Wednesday are going to be bloody bouncing off each other. Birmingham will be gone at some point. I can't see them. I can't see them really coming back. I mean, my point is that if Huddersfield actually managed to win today, Plymouth would still be well out there. I mean, 30 points. They only need another 10, and they're basically safe. Can they win another 3 games? Well, they won 7 already, so yeah. And if you say that about Plymouth, then you say that about Stoke. And if you say that about Stoke, now without Rooney, you have to say that the same about Birmingham. So you're immediately saying that the 3 to go down will definitely be between Huddersfield, Wednesday, QPR, and Rotherham. Which one is more likely to get out of it? Either Wednesday or Huddersfield. So it's looking quite interesting from that point of view. Both centre backs on a booking for West Brom. That's going to be interesting. So we've still got Birmingham 1, Swansea 1, Cardiff 0, Leeds 2, and it's looking like Leeds are going to walk that one.
Nothing to show from his effort.
I'm looking at the odds for the Huddersfield Plymouth game because the number of betsters for Huddersfield will be increased by the fact that they're a bigger club. Although historically Plymouth have been a big club as well. And you look at it and you think 13 to 10 for Huddersfield, 11 to 4 Plymouth. They're really going with the Huddersfield idea because they're the ones that've been in the Premiership most recently. And 7 to 4 for a draw. So it's more chance of a draw than Huddersfield winning. And more chance of a Huddersfield win than a draw. Okay. They don't think it's going to be a draw. They think that Huddersfield are more likely to score. Although, yeah, it could be a Plymouth win. I think that may very well be a Plymouth win. Millwall 1, Middlesbrough 0. You keep an eye on both systems so I can quickly keep an eye on it. Preston 0, Bristol City 0, Rotherham 0, Stoke City 0, Southampton 1, Wednesday 0.
You're not going to win that battle unless then he's doing
West Brom 3, Blackburn 0.
And I don't blame him, but he's not winning formula. But if we thought the Blackburn
So
Rovers were going to throw money,
we, at the minute,
are
seeing
your gamble there is going to be, a bit short term to try and get to playoffs. I don't think they've got a hope in hell to get to playoffs this season.
I mean, Sheffield Wednesday are now 4 points behind
I doubt they'll throw money
Huddersfield.
I know, we don't like to think that there's going to be
Biggest there, but Wednesday are losing and Huddersfield are drawing.
They want, but I can't see that for them. We're hitting some of the half times now, and we're
however,
2.5 minutes left to go. They found 4 minutes. I don't know quite.
Yeah, if they manage to win it,
no great big shocks in the division just yet.
They're 6 points ahead. Stoke City have scored.
That's a 5.
My team's behind on 48 minutes, 45 minutes plus 3 minutes added time. So we've carried on playing until Stoke could score.
Brings the teams closer to them.
So
it looks like Stoke have scored at Rotherham. So them this season, I thought they were desperate under Alex Neil. I'm not surprised they made that change. Birmingham needed to change as well. Wayne Rooney's Blues were terrible. But here, an opportunity now just for Rovers, edge of the box, little inside out. Sigurdsson gets on the end of a really terrible ball, scrapes the ball in. But as ever, it's defended. There's a block. Furlong does enough just to put him off. That's kind of been the story of their day. Really.
Stop. We've only had one viewer and he disappeared.
Just outside the penalty area. See him pick up that position a couple of times, but he doesn't look comfortable. He doesn't look natural. He doesn't look like he's
not going to let me go into any game without stopping I think the memory sort of cocks it up at that point, and you end up having to refresh everything. Birmingham 1, Swansea 1, Cardiff 0, Leeds 2, Huddersfield 1, Plymouth 1. I think that Birmingham's still going. Millwall 1, Middlesbrough 0, half-time Preston 0, Bristol City 0, half-time Rotherham 0, Stoke City 1. Half-time Southampton 1, Wednesday 0, and 48th minute West Brom 3, Blackburn 0. So we'll just play the game to an end at 30 seconds to go at West Brom, with a goal kick to Blackburn. They'll probably not want to take it. Still got a goal kick to Blackburn. And it goes to Connor Townsend. What can Connor Townsend do with no time to go? And that's that. So we are West Brom are winning. Southampton are winning. Leeds are winning. I could get all my money back. They've given me the Leeds score. They've given me the Leeds win. That's that. And we got a single bet, which at the minute is looking highly unlikely. They haven't actually changed the odds for Rotherham. It's still 3-1 against, which is... Or is that what I got? That's what I got, isn't it? So I got 3-1. Let's see what the odds are now before we disappear. So I got 3-1 again for Rotherham. And at the minute, 1-0 down. It is 12-1. So it's quadrupled. That would have been worthwhile waiting for that one. So we shall love you and leave you. I did have a viewer. He disappeared. Thank you very much.